Hello and welcome to the Good Friday edition of Cracking the Cryptic, where we've got another puzzle for you today by the fantastic Marty Sears. Always original and always brilliant, and I have to say I do quite like the title of this one. The title is "My Zipper is Broken." I'm wondering if I just use that as the title for the video on YouTube, whether that will get clicks from people not expecting to see a Sudoku solve. We may have to see that. Anyway, look. This has got 4 stars, I think, out of 5 for difficulty. But look at the comments on this. I snipped them just before I turned on the webcam. There was one I really like. Yeah, Jacques says, "This is one of the best Sudokus I've ever done. So brilliantly put together, and I think my first successful 4-star puzzle." And Blackjack Fitz, who's a brilliant setter. "I love a puzzle where the break-in is obvious but not trivial, and where the logic is intricate but not overwhelming. And this puzzle straddles those lines beautifully. I also appreciated the grey squares for note-taking." Yeah, okay, so this puzzle has a ring round it. And it says in the instructions it's for note-taking. I have no idea why we're going to need to note-take on a puzzle. We don't normally need to. But anyway, we'll have a look at this and I'll read you the rules in a moment or two's time. It's effectively a Roggen type of puzzle. Basically, these zippers don't work as you have to make them not work as much as we possibly can. Now, what else can I tell you about? Well, let me start by revisiting yesterday's video, the response to which has been as expected, I think. A lot of you have had your jaws dropped. Incredible puzzle, let me show you. Across the Lines by Michael Lefkowitz. If you haven't had a look at it, I really, really recommend you do. It's about as poignant a Sudoku puzzle as you will ever find. And yeah, it's really something. So do have a look at it. What else? We've got a crossword video. I was a bit late getting that up today, but it is up there. So we've got today's Times crossword, the masterclass, where I sort of work through the puzzle and talk through the clues. I know some of you enjoy that, so that's up there on the channel now. We are not far, are we, from the 1st of April, which is not only April Fool's Day, but it is the day of our new Patreon reward. And for that, we have something rather special for you. We have a James Bond theme. Let me try and get the size of this a bit better. We have a James Bond theme Sudoku hunt, where the puzzles appear to have been set by some nefarious characters, including one understandably nervous cat has set one of the puzzles, which... yeah, very interesting stuff indeed. So anyway, if you're a fan of James Bond, you'll certainly enjoy that. Even if you're not a fan of James Bond, you should still enjoy it, I think. Yeah, that's coming on, when that must be Monday, isn't it? Because Easter Sunday is the 31st. Yeah, so Monday, 4 p.m. UK time. Check it out. And I've got some birthdays to do today. A lot of people were born, it appears, on the 29th of March. So we'll start with Anne. Anne, who's been a long-time watcher of the channel. Your sister Sally wrote to us, Anne, and said you'd appreciate a shout-out. And Anne's age, I better give this somewhat cryptically, is the sum of 5 consecutive prime numbers, starting from 7. You'll be able to work it out, and I hope you get chocolate cake, and I hope it's a very good day for you. Next, we'll go over to Maggie. Over there in Minneapolis, your partner Jeffrey wrote to us and told us that you watch daily. And you'd appreciate a shout out, Maggie. So many happy returns. Jeffrey tells me you're the best. So there you go. I hope you get chocolate cake. You certainly sound like you deserve it. Next, Maya. Is it Maya or Maya? I'm not sure. It's a Danish name, I think. But Maya's turned 31. And I know this because your husband, is it Lasse? I might be saying that wrong too. Lasse. Well, Lasse wrote to us and told us, somewhat extraordinarily, that you're currently expecting your first child, and you're planning on naming him Simon. That cannot be anything to do with me, but if it is, I approve heartily. And, well, today I was rather tickled by the fact that you're celebrating your birthday by going to a board game festival, and there's going to be a lot of chocolate cake, so that sounds fantastic. A board game festival. What There can't be many better ways to spend a day than that. Next, we'll move over to North Carolina, where it is one of the world's great Sudokuists and one of the world's great math professors' birthday today. Missing a few cards. I know it's your birthday because Full Deck wrote to us, but also Lumos, one of your students, and I think a very good Sudokuist, if I'm not mistaken, also wrote in and said you'd appreciate a shout out. I will tell you that you should watch Mark's video later. Can't possibly explain why, but missing a few cards, many happy returns. Next to Roy, who started watching 8 months ago, having never finished any Sudoku ever, and now can regularly tackle the puzzles that we solve on the channel. So it does show you what a bit of brains and a bit of dedication can do. Roy, well done. Many happy returns. I hope you have a chocolate cake. And that is, I think, well, Suze, I read out your birthday earlier from your husband, Steve, so I shouldn't do it again, should I? But I hope. Oh, you're not having chocolate cake. You're having crumbs or something. Anyway, Suze, happy birthday too. Right, let's turn our attention to My Zipper is Broken by Marty Sears and see what the great man has in store for us. These are the rules. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Well, that means we've got to put the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, in every column, and in every 3x3 box. These zipper lines are completely broken. On a broken zipper, no pair of digits that are the same distance from the central spot have the same sum, and none of these sums equal the digit on the central spot. So let's stop there. On a normal zipper line, the way it would work is, let's put a 9 in there. If this was a 9, these two squares, which are the same distance from the centre, would have to sum to 9, so they could be 1 and 8. These two also have to sum to 9, so they could be, for example, 4 and 5. And that would be the way that we would fill a zipper. Now, what we're being told here is that no pair of digits. So we're being told those two digits, whatever they sum to, it is not the same as the sum of those two digits. And we're being told that whatever yellow sums to and whatever green sums to, this digit cannot be that sum, either of those sums. So that has to be sort of a new number that is mutually exclusive from the yellow sum and the green sum. So that's already quite weird, isn't it? And quite interesting. Now there's a couple more rules. It says cells separated by a white dot are consecutive. We've got loads of those. So imagine this square here was a 2. This square here would either be 1 or 3 in order to be consecutive with 2. Digits separated by a black dot are in a 1 to 2 ratio. So that means one of the digits will be double the other. So if this was a 2, this is either 1 because 2 is double 1, or 4 because 4 is double 2. And that's how that works. And then it says the grey perimeter can be used for making notes, which is weird. Anyway, do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video, as usual. But now, I get to play. Let's get cracking. We get an M for Marty in the top of the grid. And we get the most enormous zipper line here, which does cover the whole of box 5, I can see. Is this not something mathematical that we need to do as a result of that? No, actually, I don't think it. Well, I can't think that it is. That might not mean the same thing as it isn't. It just means that my brain can't understand. Am I missing something there? No, I was going to say this line's very symmetrical. It's not, is it? I mean, it looks like it's trying to be. It almost looks like it's trying to spell out Sears to me. It's sort of got an S shape there, a sort of sideways E. Is this some sort of A here? That could be an R, those three. And then, no, the S is a bit, the S at the end is a bit backwards, but it almost looks like Marty had that idea. Anyway, sorry, that's not helping us solve the puzzle. Let me just look at the rules again. On a broken zipper, no pair of digits of the same distance. Right, okay. How long are these lines then? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Right. Well, that's quite interesting. That's quite interesting, isn't it? Because what that means... Okay, so we've got 17. Oh, this is weird. Right. So we've got 17 different pairs emanating from this dot that all have to add up to a different number. So they're going to have to be the numbers 2 to 17. And the central digit is a 1. Is that hang on. That's what my brain is telling me. Let me just think about that. I think that's right, isn't it? If we've got pairs of digits adding up to 17 different numbers, but the maximum I could make two numbers add up to in Sudoku is if they were 2 nines, 18. Okay, so there might be a degree of freedom. So 18, and the lowest would be double 1, which would be 2. Oh, see, I hate this. This is the telegraph pole problem again. I'm so bad at this. This really is a weak spot in my brain's appreciation of how numbers work. The number of different numbers between 2 and 18, is it 17? It is, isn't it? Because the number of different numbers between 2 and 3 is 2. So you take the difference and then you add 1. Right. Right, so my first thought was absolute nonsense. Well, no, it wasn't nonsense. I just miscounted it. I didn't think of double 9 as a thing at all. I was actually thinking of 8 and 9 adding up to 17, and then 17 and 2 in my mind had 17 differences, which they don't. So, right. I now do think I understand the puzzle. I'm feeling a bit embarrassed about how my brain has got to this, but I think it's got to the right answer in the end. So, what we're saying is we need 17 different totals of pairs of numbers. The lowest total we could possibly have is double 1. The highest total we could possibly have is double 9. And every single number in between those numbers, counting the 2 and the 18 as possible totals, gives us 17 different totals, because we've effectively got, we've got 2 endpoints. So we've got 2 telegraph poles supporting the structures between. So that gives us, so 18 minus 2 is 16, plus 1 for the extra 1 on the edges. That's 17 different numbers. So actually every single one of those numbers has to be catered for on this massive line. Now that does confirm my suspicion, which is that 1 is in the middle, because 1 is the only number that, well, this has to be a Sudoku number, and we know that the pairs of digits on the line are adding up to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, etc., etc. So this cannot be any of the single Sudoku digits and is a 1. And that, I think, is the way we're meant to start the puzzle. And now the clouds are clearing, because I'm realising why we've got this enormous space outside the grid. Because I'm going to have to somehow keep count of all these different numbers, aren't I? Right. So, okay, how are we going to do this then? Are we going to colour these in or something? Let's colour in the pairs, at least initially, and just see what we're getting there. Oh no, that's a terrible choice. I shouldn't use purple on a purple line. Oh, I see, those two stick out of the box, and then they go back into the box again. And I'm going to run out of colours very soon, aren't I? So now those two are the same. I could use grey. Those two are the same. I could use, maybe I'll use light green. Yeah, everything is very. It's quite interesting if you think about where we're going to put. Well, the two obvious ones. Well, maybe one is more restricted. I was going to say double nine. Oh yes, I said okay. So double nine. The only place double nine could go is in yellow so far, but the only place double one could go is nowhere so far. I've not actually found any combination yet. These. This is. Oh, is it? It's going to be the ends. I see. That's absolutely brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant. Right. So next revelation is that we know one of the pairs on this line has to sum to 2 and is double 1. Double 1. The problem with double 1 is if I carried on colouring all of this line, I've run out of colours now, so I can't do it. But if I carried on colouring, we would find that everything is in the same row as its pair on the other side. So we can't put double 1 in those squares. Now, that's going to be double 9. Right, I've got something else right. And that goes all the way, look. Right to the end of the line there is total symmetry. So if you put that one on, its counterpart is that one. You can't do that. So you've got to put them. The only places that double 1 can go on this line are right in the tips. But now we can beg the question. Well, this is huge actually. This is going to do loads of things. But sorry, let me complete my first thought or my second thought, which is where is double 9 now? And everything is paired off for double 9 except in the yellows. So they are double 9. And now what we should do is use the aide memoire around the edge. So we've done 2 and we've done 18, which I can't write that in. I'll hybrid it. No, I don't have to hybrid it. I'll do it like that. That's okay, isn't it? Because the numbers are in the right order for the pencil mark. So these numbers are done. But here's my next thought, which is that actually, this might not be a very clever thought. Well, I was going to say the numbers that are close to... Right, so these two add up to 2. There's got to be a 1-2 pair that add up to 3. But how are we going to do the pair of digits that add up to 4? Now, until we actually investigated the line, that could have been double 2. But it can't be double 2 now, because there's no pair along this line that aren't in the same row as each other. So double 2 doesn't work. So actually, after we've got a 1-2 pair, the way we're going to have a 1-2 pair that are going to add up to 3, and then we're going to have a 1-3 pair that are going to add up to 4. And the way that we're going to get to 16, yeah, so there's going to be a 17 pair that's going to be 9 and 8, obviously. But the 16 pair can't be double 8, because we'd have the same problem we'd have with putting double 2 in. So the 16 pair is 9 and 7. So I think it's going to be something to do with 1s and 9s now, and where they can go. Probably 1s. We've got 3 1s and 2 9s. So 1s, we have to put a 1-2 pair in, a 1-3 pair in at least. But we can't. None of these squares can be a 1. None of the middle squares can be a 1. None of these squares can be a 1. Ah, right. No, I'm wrong. No, I'm wrong. What I was going to say is wrong. So I'm not saying it now. Oh, right. Gosh. Well, what I was going to say was wrong. But it's actually the next bit of logic that that it's going to be important for. Right, I do see now what we have to do. So the way to think about this is, where is 1 in this box, in box 4? And the answer is I don't know, but it's in one of those 4 squares. Where is 1 in this box? And the answer is I don't know, but it's in one of those 4 squares. But you'll note in row 6, it is not possible for the Sudoku 1 that goes in row 6 of this puzzle cannot be on the zipper. So this row, or the 1 in this row, is not helping us to create a 1-2 pair and a 1-3 pair. Now, we can absolutely, the 1 that we're going to put into row 4 can be opposite a 2 or a 3, and that's beautiful and that's good. But where's the other of? So if this is 1-2, say that's a 1-2, where are we putting the 1-3 pair on the line? Now I think that means they have to be here in these 2 squares, and that's really interesting, because the point that I'd seen earlier, which I'd said was incomplete and was, or didn't work and was, is that this square couldn't be a 1. Because if that's a 1, what do we put on its white dot? Well, we've got to put the consecutive digit, which is 2. And what do we put on the black dot? We've got to put a digit that is double or half of 1. And the only Sudoku digit that will be is 2. So you can't put 1 there. So that is, I think, that's a 1. And this square is a 2 or a 3 to be opposite. To be, opposite and adding up to the right total. There's another thought I've had here. I have to say, can we just stop actually and just say, this is genius from Marty Sears. This is genius. It's just a totally original idea, but the way it works is so cool. This is so cool. Now, and it's triggering, oh, there's a fly, go away. It's triggering all sorts of thoughts in my brain, because in fact, I'm having also. It really is. It's going. My brain's going nuts here. Okay, I'm going to come back. I was going to start talking about 2s and how we were going to deal with the numbers. Well, let's do that actually first. 5. I have to make 2 pairs on this line add up to 5. But now I can put no more 1s on the line. So I can't use 1 and 4 as a pair. I'm going to have to use 2 and 3. And then when I make 6 on the line, obviously I can't use double 3. I could have used 1 and 5, except I can't put any more 1s on the line. So I've got to use 2 and 4. So probably what we're going to do is we're going to find that having put some 2s on the line, when we get to make 7 as a total, we probably will have to use 3 and 4. But I mean, we're getting ahead of ourselves. But I've seen something else, which is that in row 6 of this puzzle, wherever I put, in fact, that can't be a 1 because it would be surrounded by 2 on both sides. But that's not the point I was thinking of. In row 6, whether the 1 is here or over here, what goes with it? And the answer is 2. Because whether 1 is on a black dot or a white dot, it goes with 2. So there is a 1-2 pair here, or there is a 1-2 pair here. But what that means is that the pair of digits that exist, the 1 and the something that exist in row 4, is not a 1-2 pair. Because let's say this was a 1. If that's a 1, that's a 2. Now these can't be 1, so the 1 is over here. We know that has to partner up with a 2 or a 3. It can't partner up with 2 because the 2 has to be on the dot here, and it's going to be the same that way round. This will have a 2 on it. So if the 1 was over there and the 1 was down there, this couldn't be a 2. So in fact, we know that what we know is that. I don't quite know how to pencil mark it. It's a horrible pencil mark across boxes, but that's what we know. And we know that this, therefore, is not a 1-3 pair, because the 1-3 pair lives in row 4. So that is a 1-2 pair. That's got to be a 4, because it can't be a 1 because of this in the box. That's got to be a 3, because it's got to be consecutive with 2 and can't be 1. This has got to be a 6, because it's on a black dot. So now we've done, right, now we've done 3. And I sort of know that there's a 4 up here somewhere. If that's a 1, that will be a... no, yeah, that will be a 3. Does that give us a problem? 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. No, that's wrong. It's the same point, but just an extended version of it. So what I said before was, wherever you put the 1 in row 6, it's going to be accompanied by a 2. And therefore, I couldn't put a 1-2 pair in the row. But if I put the 1 there, that's going to be, it's going to go 2, 3. And now the 1 is going to be over here, which means the 3 that accompanies it is over here and breaks the world. And we don't want to break the world. So this is not a 1. There's a 1 over here. This is a 1-2 pair. This is so ridiculously clever. It is ridiculously clever. Right, there's a 1 over here. There's a 3 over here. Don't know where it goes, probably. I mean, I think we can legitimately, I think, write in the fact that we've done 1 and 4 now. That doesn't feel that unreasonable, does it? What's this dot? Yeah, this black dot must be where we look next. That is not able. If we think about the digits that can be doubled or halved, the Sudoku digits, they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 8. So this is either... well, this can't be a 2-4 pair or a 1-2 pair or a 3-6 pair, so it can only be a 4-8 pair, I think. Which means this digit is odd and not 1, which is actually incredibly unhelpful, really. It can be, I think it can be all the other odd digits. This dot, though, is 3-6, isn't it? This can't be 1-2. It can't be anything involving a 4, so that's 3-6. So that isn't 3. I don't know what that means. Something, probably. Is it? Oh, is it going? Right. Okay, we can do some parity tricks in row 8, perhaps. Because one thing we can say for sure about a white dot is it always has an even digit and an odd digit on it because it contains a consecutive pair of digits. So in this row, we've had 2 even digits. There must be an even digit here. There must be an even digit here. So these 2 squares have to be odd. That also might be very underwhelming. Sorry if that's absolutely hopeless. 2. These 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Okay. These digits are consecutive. Now, therefore, they can't involve a 2, can they? Because if they involved a 2, then we'd need to put 1 or 3 in this sequence. So 2 in this row is over on this side of the grid, which means 2 is down there. If that was a 2, that would be a 3, and that would be a 4. Oh, that doesn't work. So we can take 2 out of here. This has to be 2. So that's 2, that's 1. 1 lives in one of these squares. 2 lives in one of these squares. I just want to come back and think about this because these 3 consecutive digits are selected from 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So there is definitely a 6 in here, which is very interesting because that means the even digit now on this dot is 6 because 6 is here. So 6 is actually in one of 2 places in box 8. 6 is here because this can't be 6. So these squares are from 5, 6 and 7. 6 has to find a home in column 1 somewhere, so it's actually in one of those 3 squares. Can't be here because of this 3, 6. Can't be here because of the... It's so strange that that's outside the grid. Okay. So has that done something? The answer is... Yeah, there's something going on here, I've just noticed. That's got to be a 4-8 pair, because it doesn't involve 1, 2 or 3 apparently. So the only options available are 4 and 8 in terms of consecutiveness. So 4. Ah, I've got it. Okay. So where is 4 in box 9? And the answer is interesting. It's either on this sequence involving 6, so it would be a 4, 5, 6 triple, or it's exactly there. Well, it's not here, because if it's here, how does this sequence work? That is a consecutive sequence. It can't go 4, 3, 2, because there's a 2 in the box, so it would have to go 4, 5, 6, and there's already a 6 up here. So that is not a 4, so 4 is on the dots, and this is a 4, 5, 6 triple, which means that is not 5. Does that have to be 7, 8, 9 now? Probably does. Because we need 3 consecutive digits from what remains, and we've only got 3, which must be here. And this must be 7, 8, 9, the middle digit of which is 8. So there we go. We've done a bit of work in this box. 8 has to find a home at the top of column 7. I mean, Marty, it's outrageous. You've basically changed tack altogether, and you're making me do Sudoku in your Sudoku puzzle, which I don't appreciate. But probably the thing I need to do is to try and keep track of. Have I learned any more pairs at this point, or is that just totally not what I've done? Oh, I don't know. I can't see what I've done. I think I'm going to go back to having my thoughts about 2s, because I worked out that 5, which must be a total here, is going to be a 2 opposite a 3. And it's not that 3, is it? And it's not that 3, because I can't put 2 into those. Yeah. Okay, that's that. I think this is the right question. So my question is, where can I put a 2-3 pair on the massive zipper, given that I have to? Now, 3 is in one of the. I think it's going to be in box 5, but I haven't worked out which one it is in box 5. But oh, I can do that actually. I've just seen. I think it's going to be in box 5. But let's go through this. I am putting a 3 in one of those, but I can't use it to be opposite a 2, because the 3 here is opposite a 1 to give me my total of 4. So this 3 is unavailable. This 3 doesn't work because it's going to put a 2 in one of those, and that's going to clash. The 3 in here might work. What about down here then? Well, there's no 3 on the lines there. There is a 3 on the line here, but it's not opposite a 2, so that doesn't work. So the 3 and the 2 are in this box. If that's a 3, that's a 2, that doesn't work. So I think we're meant to be saying 3 and 2 do that. So that's putting a 2 in one of those squares and a 3 in one of those squares. And that might be doing something. Let me think. I don't know what, but now I'm going to think about 2 and 4. Oh, that could be here. Oh, hang on, I know. This is a 4, 5, 6 triple. I know the middle number of it. It's got to be 5. Ah, and I know this number. That's got to be 6. That's got to be 4. Sudoku coming to our rescue. 4 is in one of those squares. So so hang on, we got 5, didn't we? Let's put that in. We've got 5. Now, if this 4 is opposite a 2, I can create 6 in a valid way. So that looks quite good. The other possibility... there is another possibility, isn't there? I was wondering about this being a 4. And in fact, that looks very likely as well. Because by Sudoku, this is a 2. So 2, 4 here would work. Bobbins. Oh, okay, sorry. Oh, that's not a 3 anymore. So this is a 3, which means that's a 1. We know that they had to be opposite one another. 6 by Sudoku is there. Now, okay, that's a problem, isn't it? Because we really haven't got a clue about 6s yet. What are these digits though? 5, 7 and 9 again. Okay, 5, 7, 9. That's not 5. I've got a 7, 9 pair in this column. 1, 4, 6. Okay, 1, 4, 6 to place at the top. This square is 5 or 7. And it's opposite that one. 6. Oh, okay. Maybe come back to 9s. Yeah, there's got to be a 9. We worked out there was a 9-8 pair. We knew that. And didn't we work out there was a 9-7 pair as well? Because we couldn't have double 8. So the 9-7 pair, no, I thought it was going to use that one. But these are not big enough. No, actually this doesn't work at all. Hang on, where am I doing this then? That could be one. Oh, hang on. Oh, I see. No, well, maybe. Yeah, okay. Okay, I think I can do it now. Right, so there is a 9 in one of those squares as well. So we need to find where I mean, the simple question, I think, is this one. Where is the 9-8 pair on this massive zipper? And I think, I'm just checking this, I think it can only be in box 5. And if it's in box 5, given that the 9 in box 5 is in one of these two squares, I've got to put the 8 either here, which apparently it can't be, or here. So I think that is 8 and that's 9, and then we've done 17 up here. That is not 9. This is now 4. That's 8. That 4 is opposite 2, so we've now done 6 up here. So that means this one can't be opposite 2, so that shifts the 2 here. So 2 is on the right hand side of the M in box 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 we've done. And okay, and where is 16 as a total? That has to be 9, 7. Ah, this is a 9 by Sudoku. So here we go. 9, 7, 5. Oh no, it's not in row 5, is it? We've just used the 9 there already. It's got to be here. That's got to be 9, 7. That's the only place that can go, I think. So that's 9, 7, giving us the 16. That means this is a 5 by Sudoku. These squares are 4 and 7. Okay, so what we need to do now is work out whether any of these totals are illegal. If this is 7, we've got 12. If it's 4, we've got 9. Both of those are okay. And this would be 10 and 13, which are also okay. Bobbins. Okay, that's not how to do it. These squares are 7 and 8 by Sudoku. And that one is opposite. I've just found a new one that I've never found out I've got before. I've got a 7 total there. I haven't even written that down at the top. This is very helpful, actually, this aid memoir. Right, and I've got either an 11 or a 12 there, which I haven't got. Okay, so I can't do that. I've got stuff going on in row 5, where I've got a 5 opposite. Have I done 8? No. Have I done 11? No, although I think I've said 11 before. Or this one would make 10 or 13. I can do that one. There's a 7 dot here, so that's got to be 8. That's got to be 4. Oh, that's unfortunate, I think. I don't think that's doing what we needed it to do. There's definitely a 6 on here. Okay, so what are those two squares then? They're 5 and 9? Okay. Oh, look. Okay, so look, we've got the chance for 15 here. That's probably what that's going to be. Because I haven't had 15, and that's the next highest. 15 will have to be 7 and 8, or 6 and 9. Oh no, that could... Look, there's a possibility of a 15 here as well. Golly. It's tricky, actually. What do we think? I don't know. We could... I don't know. I may have to do a more careful due diligence on whether I could have missed a zipper total somewhere. And if I've missed a zipper total somewhere, then everything's off the cards, isn't it? Or else we're going to have to spill out and look further afield. Let me think about that. 146 on this zipper. Actually, that's very annoying because that has a soul. Okay, how could that be? No, it could be. It can't be 4-8 because that would clash here. So if it's 4, it's 4-2. Or it's 6-3. So this is only 2 or 3. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that is a naked single. It can't be any of the other potential black dot digits, so that's 8. That's actually useful, because that's going to give me a 4 here, and that's going to resolve my middle box, and that means I get 2 extra pairs. I've now got a 9, I'll put it in there. I feel like I should put it in here, but I'm going to put it there. And I've got a 13 as well. Right. Has that helped resolve anything? Yes, that helps with the 7 here, which now can't go opposite a 6, because that would be another 13, so the 7 must go opposite a 3, and that makes a 10. This is where it'll get difficult to... 10 we have to sort of hybridize when we try and write it into a cell, so that's a 10, and we also got an we got an 11 as well. That will also have to be hybridized, so we'll do that. So we've got 10, 11. So what have we not got? That's the question. We've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've not got 8. Let's write down here what we haven't got. We haven't got 8. We've got 9, 10, 11. Haven't got 12. So we've not got 12, 13. We have not got 14, I think. And is it 15, the other one? Right. So we've got these to get. Okay, so how can we do that? Well, this... We've just got 11 apparently. Yeah, 5 and 6 here. So we can't have another 5, 6 above it. So that's got to be 15 now. That's 5. That's 9. That's 9. That's 7. This is 5 and 6, which is resolved by Sudoku with this 6 here. That's done some more things on the line. Okay, so we've now got a 14, so that one comes out, or goes up there. That's probably more correct. We got a 15 here, so that one can go up there, and that one comes out. We got an 8, so that one comes out and goes up there. So we're only lacking for a 12, or have we already got that somewhere, and I just haven't spotted it? No. No, we haven't got it. It's there. That's brilliant. Look, that one needs an 8. Okay, so that's got to be 8. That's got to be 7. 8 goes up on the line on the left-hand side. These squares are 3, 4, and 7, which is... chocolate teapotted bobbins. I don't think we can resolve it. That's not 7, that's not 3, and that's not... Oh, whoopsie, whoopsie, whoopsie. Hang on, I'm going to do that again because I made such a horlicks of trying to remove the digits. Yeah. Okay. And what are these digits then? These are 5, 6, 8. That's better. We can get a 6 there. So there's a 6 up here by Sudoku. These, right, this triple here is 2, 3, 5. And we can't put 5 on the black dot. This pair here is 7 and 9. This pair here is 2 and 3. This pair here, we don't know as much about, do we? 5, 6 and 8. Because we've got this naughty little cell sticking out. I've got so many pencil marks. Can we do Sudoku with those and any of these triples? That looks more perhaps interesting there. That can't be 8. 1, 2. It could be 3, this square. Can't be 4, 5. Could be 6. It's only 3 or 6. That's good actually, because that if that's 3, 6, that can't be 3, 6 anymore. So that gives at least a 2 there. But that can go with 1 or... Oh no, it can't go with 4 anymore. Aha! So that's a 1, 2 pair out of nowhere. That's not 2. Right, so it's going to be this row probably. 3, 5, 6, 7. It's 5 or 7. 3 or 7. 5 or 7. Ah, okay. So we've got a 5, 7 pair, which means that's got to be a 3. That's got to be a 6. That's going to do the chocolate teapot at the bottom. That's... Ah! That's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spotlight, losing its religion. Very cool. Yes, these are the things I find cool. I've got a 1, 2 pair here. Now, what are those? Are they... No, they're not 6 and 8, are they? They are 8 and something. 4. Right. 5, 7, 9 here. Oh, I see. That's beautiful. Good grief. So Marty's M here is telling us this can't be a 9. Because if it was a 9, the zipper would work. It's already got 3 and 6 on it. That's gorgeous. So 9 goes to the top where it... Aha! It does more work over here. So now this can't be 3, 4. So either there's a 6 here or there's a 2 here or both. There's a 1 up here. Oh, does that matter? There's an X-wing. There's a very strange X-wing in these squares because you can't put the 8 and the 1 opposite one another. So the 8 and the 1 are going to be offset. So if that's an 8, because this can't be a 1, because then we get 9 again, we've got to have... So the 8... Right, so the 8 is opposite a 2, either in this row or this row. So the 4 is opposite a 1. So the 8 is opposite a 2, and the 4 is opposite a 1. Okay, well, doesn't that mean... This might be wrong, but what I'm going to claim now is because 8 is opposite 2, it adds up to 10. And because 4 is opposite 1, it adds up to 5. So either that adds up to 5 or that adds up to 5, and that can't be a 5. So that's got to be a 7. That's got to be a 5. So that's 7 by Sudoku. That doesn't appear to have done anything at all, which is very weird. Okay, 1, 5, 8. How strange. So is Is there some congregation of digits on this zipper that break everything? So hang on, what are we saying? If this is 8, 2, what's that? That would then be a 3. 8, 2. Okay, yeah, that's weird, but you can't put 4 in the row anymore. Right, so if we put 8 in the corner, because this can't be 1, or we've got the same total here, it's 2. Now this is 3. But once this is 3, I can't make that 4, because that 3 and 4 do add up to 7, and there doesn't appear to be anywhere that I can put 4 in row 1, so it doesn't work. So let's go back. Oh, hang on, I'm going back too far. I want to not put 8 in the corner. I'm going to put 4 in the corner. I'm going to put 8 here. I'm going to put 6 here now, so 4 here. These are now not 8. This is now not 6. And have we... Okay, and we know 4 goes opposite 1. We know 8 goes opposite 2. Yeah, okay, so it is going to work. I'm going to get another 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spotlight, losing its religion. That's got to be 6 now. That's got to be 1. I've got another deadly pattern. That is beautiful. Good grief. Right. So, if this was 5, then those two would add up to 8, and those two would add up to 8, and we know that's not possible. So that's got to be 8. That's got to be 5. That's got to be 5. That's got to be 8. That is such a clever puzzle. That is such a clever puzzle. Yes. How many people have solved it? 83 in a month. Oh, I mean, that's quite brilliant, Marty. Absolutely brilliant. Again, there aren't many Sudoku constructors out there who come up with these really original, beautiful ideas where there's some sort of meta twist. I'm thinking of people like Dorlier, Peddling Pianist. I'm trying to think of other good examples of constructors that do this, where you actually have to just take a moment at the start of the puzzle and figure something out that's quite high level in order to even remotely start it. And I love the idea that you get a massive zipper where you can't repeat any individual totals, and that gave us our chance. And then it's very clever the way that the zipper develops, so that some of the combinations you're going to have to put on the line are quite difficult to put on the line, and they're quite restricted. How clever was that? My zipper is now mended. Thank goodness. Let me know in the comments how you got on. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind, and we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.